critically recycle unverified stories. Instead of looking at facts, they have often chosen narratives that suit their own geopolitical agendas and entrenched anti-India biases. In doing so, they have ignored the real story. What is the real story? The suffering of Kashmiris at the hand of cross-border militants, and Pakistan's refusal to even acknowledge its own citizens who lie buried here. What Save Youth, Save Future has shown is that truth can withstand propaganda. By relying on empirical evidence, oral histories, and cross-verification, you have built a foundation for more honest conversation about Kashmir's past and Kashmir's future. This research is not just about numbers. It's about reclaiming dignity for the families who lost loved ones, for the communities who have lived with half-truths, and for the people of Kashmir who deserve to be seen beyond victimhood narratives. I congratulate you all on this achievement, and I urge policymakers, journalists, and academics everywhere to study these findings very carefully. Let this be a reminder: facts matter, truth matters, and Kashmir's story cannot be hijacked by forces any longer. Thank you.
The spirit of the motto that this organization has, that be the change. I hope that we today thoughtfully engage over this profound issue and lay bare the hidden and under aspects of this grave issue and carry forward the legacy of dialogue that is hallmark of a democratic and civilized society. So far as today's program is concerned, we have an esteemed line of speakers here. There will be an opening address by Mr. Wajahat Farooq Bhatt, who is one of the core researchers of this study and chairman of the Save Youth, Save Future Foundation, followed by a detailed and comprehensive PowerPoint presentation on the research by Ms. Anika Nazir, who is another co-author of this research report, and she's also the president of the Women's Wing of Save Youth, Save Future Foundation. It will then be followed by remarks by our guest of honor, Mr. Rishi Suri. We are more than honored to have you with us, sir. And then it will be followed by address by our chief guest, Mr. Wajahat Habibullah ji. We are more than happy to have you with us, sir. After that, we'll formally release and unveil the research report, and then we will carry out a question and answer session to discuss the issue. Finally, at the end of the program, there will be refreshments for you as well, which will be served in the refreshment room. So, without much ado, without much taking your time, I would now request Mr. Wajahat Farooq Bhatt, who is the chairman of the Save Youth, Save Future Foundation, and who is one of the key authors of this report, to share his perspective on the history and profile of his organization and motivations and his curiosity that drove him to do this kind of work along with his colleagues and friends. Mr. Wajahat Farooq Bhatt is hailing from Baramulla district, and he is a transformative figure in the sense that he had a turbulent phase of life in his teenage, like unfortunately most of the Kashmiri teenagers in that time. But over the course of a period, he has had a transformation not only at a personal level, but now he actively engages with youth all across the Kashmir Valley, and he has been an inspiration for the young people. Over to Wajahat. Please welcome Wajahat Farooq Bhatt.
Subject text, one of the most sensitive aspects of our recent history. For decades, the issue of unmarked graves has fueled public perception, political debate, and even international narratives. Our objective was not to repeat that what has already been said, but to place before society verified, field-based evidence that can serve as foundation for honest discussion and healing. Our motivation was shaped by three concerns: humanitarian. Families of the missing deserve answers based on fact, not speculation. Reconciliation. Healing cannot begin without truth. Unverified claims only deepen bonds. constructive solutions. Conflicts are resolved through systematic inquiry, not through ideologically driven assumptions. We sought to bridge the gap between myth and reality, ensuring that discussions on this issue are rooted in facts that can withstand scrutiny. The research was conducted from last 6 years, since 2018 till December 2024, using what scholars call triangulation, verifying findings through multiple sources. Physical sites visits to 373 graveyards across 4 border districts of Jammu and Kashmir. Community and local interviews with religious leaders, grave diggers, families of missing persons, surrendered militants, families of militants, and local residents of Kashmir Valley. Cross-checking with official records and existing documentation. And also photographic evidence and mapping of grave sites. Every piece of data was verified across multiple channels to eliminate guesswork and ensure credibility. Our documentation covered 4,056 graves across the districts of Baramulla, Kupwara, Bandipora, and Ganderbal. The evidence points to a reality quite different from many assumptions. As we see, the majority of the graves belong to militants, both foreign and local militants of Jammu and Kashmir. A small percentage belongs to civilians, and a number of graves, 276 in total, remain unmarked and require further investigation. 276 unmarked graves. We also, during our survey, our field work, we documented around 70 to 100 graves of tribal fighters from the 1947 conflict, which had often been misclassified in early reports, I can say. This classification into foreign militants, local militants, civilians, tribal fighters, and genuinely unmarked graves brings clarity where there was once ambiguity. We choose these districts like Baramulla, Kupwara, Bandipora, and Ganderbal as these were the main routes of infiltration, and the regions must cited in earlier reports of unmarked graves. Resources limitations restricted our study to these 4 districts for now, but we plan to extend this work to other parts of Jammu and Kashmir as well. The study represents the first systematic field verified documentation of unmarked graves in Kashmir. Our findings directly challenge unverified claims, offering instead a grounded perspective backed by evidence and field work. We also discovered that proper records existed in most cases, countering the narrative of widespread, systematic, secret burials. And in fact, in future, our future plans, there are so many future plans, but specifically I will discuss here the important ones. There will be expansion of research to other districts if resources permit, and youth engagement in more structured research and peace building initiatives across the Kashmir Valley. Our hope is to foster a research culture where facts take precedence over speculation, and where young voices lead the discourse towards peace and reconciliation. Our research is not an end in itself. It is a contribution to the existing knowledge, production, and larger journey of reconciliation. A step towards ensuring that families find closure, communities heal,
and dialogue become more constructive. Peace built on truth is peace that lasts. At the end, this study is a modest contribution by young Kashmiri researchers, students, to a subject often clouded by speculation. We do not claim finality. We claim sincerity. Our aspiration is simple: to help families find closure, to encourage evidence-based discourse, and to contribute, however, modestly to the long journey towards peace. On behalf of our team, Save Youth Save State Foundation, I invite you, all of you, to engage with our findings, to scrutinize the evidence, and to join us in building the dialogue rooted in truth. Thank you so much.
Waves in Baramulla district using modern DNA testing techniques. Second, Pakistan should acknowledge its moral and humanitarian responsibility towards its citizens among the documented foreign militants and facilitate family visits to graves in accordance with the international humanitarian norms. Third, international organizations and governments should reassess their understanding of Kashmir's humanitarian challenge based on empirical evidence. Most importantly, reconciliation efforts in Kashmir should be grounded in honest acknowledgement of complex realities rather than propagation of unsubstantiated narratives that may impede rather than advance the cause of justice and peace. Our research provides an empirical foundation for more informed, constructive base about Kashmir's past, present, and future. The path to sustainable peace must begin with truth. We have endeavored to contribute to that truth through systematic investigation and verifiable evidences. Thank you so much.